so that I know what you're saying. Okay? The first thing we're gonna do is read the words. This is something that you do before, so you know how to do this, right? You're gonna read it all the way down and then all the way down this side. Okay?
Army.
Keep going.
Army is like a group of troops. And so Wait, is it perfume?
We'll talk about it after. Close, very close to perfume. What? Emmett? That is amazing. Ochoa. What's this one? We skipped this one. Is that good? That was the best. Then go down to this one.
This thing.
Let's look at this one. When you looked at this word, you told me sling. What's the first two letters you see? What sound does that make? Sigh. Well, this has a C, so silence. What does that mean? Someone said, I want silence. What does that mean? You gotta be quiet. This one I heard natter. Do you know what this one says? Something that means when you go outside, when you see the trees, and you see birds. It's usually in the woods. Describes the woods. Nature.
Nature?
Have you heard that one before? Yeah. Nature, usually talking about outside, right? Okay. This one I heard statin. But what do you know this sound makes? T-I-O-N. What sound does that make? Shun, right?
Wait, Sean?
Yeah. Station.
Like a fire station?
Exactly, like a fire station or a police station or a railroad station. And then, let's look at this word. What I heard was gigantic. But what letter does this start with?
I see this.
Yeah, you didn't see the A. Do you know this word? A again, and then this says ST, so it says against. Against. Good. This one I heard terrific. This one says traffic. Traffic. Where would you see traffic?
Traffic is at like next to.
Yeah, on the road. Good. This one you asked me if it said perfume, right? It says, but this, what sound does this make? Oh, perform. So maybe if you were going to do a play, or if you were going to dance, you're going to perform, right? For delicious, I heard discovered. But if we look, it says DE, right? And then for this one, I heard furniture. Future. And then this one, I bet you know this word. I heard you say angry. Do you know what this one says? Anger. Yeah, it describes when you're angry because you have a lot of anger. Good job. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is read our story. Okay, can you read the title of the story? Sharing our stories. Let's look at the picture. What do you see in the picture?
I see the notes.
Notes? Okay.
I think they're writing about their story.
They might be.
What they did.
Oh, they might be writing their stories about what they did. Okay. So let's look through the book. Can you remind me of something that you know about text features? What is a text feature in a story?
Feature
Can you give me an example of a text feature?
a text feature is the
Oh, so you might see a title, right? We might see some italics or words. We might see a table of contents. We might see a page that tells us about the people who are in the story. Okay, so let's look through and you can tell me what you see in the story. Let's go to the next page. What is this page called?
This is called Sharing Our Story.
That's our title, right? What is this page called?
Table.
This is a table of contents. What does the table of contents tell us?
It tells us the things that we want to go. Like, if you want to see the fish, you can go on page 10.
Yeah, so it tells us what pages the different chapters are on. Okay, let's look at the next page. What does this page tell us about?
It tells
Yeah, it tells us who's going to be in the story. Okay, let's look at the next page. Let's see what happens next. What do you see on this page?
that.
What do you might see some teachers, but what do you see? I see what?
I see.
Do you see pictures?
Yes.
What's up here?
And
What's that called?
it's called
It's a title. And remember when it's in the story, sometimes it's called a subtitle. Let's go to the next page. What do you see on this page?
I see that they are writing the notes.
Okay, so you see another text feature, a note. What else do you see?
I see.
What text feature do you see? You see another. And what is that? What is this called?
It's called
Subheading. Good. And what are these?
Those are pictures.
They're pictures. Okay, now that we've done some flipping through the story, do you think that the story is still going to be about these two girls writing letters? Yeah, I think you might be right. Okay, today what we're really going to focus on, we're going to read this story called Sharing Our Stories. This story is about two young girls named Allie and Kanya. They become pen pals. Have you ever heard of the word pen pal?
Yes, like they write like the same thing.
Okay, so a pen pal usually writes, and they write. What do they write about?
They write about like the stories they're writing.
Okay, they might write about stories that they're writing.
And maybe some notes.
So, I'll give you a little thing about pen pals. Pen pals are usually people at first that don't know each other. They usually come from somewhere that isn't the same place. So like you live in Somerville, right? Your pen pal, if you had one, probably wouldn't be from Somerville. You'd be from somewhere far away. And then you'd write to him and you'd tell him all about what you do at school, or maybe what you do at home, and what Somerville's like. And then they'd write back to you and tell you what it was like in there, what it's like to live there. Does that make sense? When we're reading today, what we're going to really be thinking about is what we're reading, okay? We're going to be thinking really hard about what is the story telling us, and what did I just read on that page, okay? Because I think sometimes when we read, we don't always think, right, what's going on, right? We don't always stop. We just keep going, right? So now we're going to really stop and think. First, I'm going to show you how it's done, and then I'm going to have you do it.
Okay.
Okay? Are you ready? Okay. So let's open it. So it's called Sharing Our Stories. Let's meet the characters. So this is Allie, and this is Miss White. So it looks like Allie and Miss White might be on the same page because maybe they're from the same place. Okay? And then you have Kanya and Miss Gaio. Okay? And maybe they're from the same place, but do we know yet? No. Okay, let's flip to the next page. So this is called Pen Pals. We've joined a pen pal club. We'll write to children in Kenya. Kenya is a country in Africa, Miss White told her class. Allie read the name of her pen pal. The name was Kanya. Kanya is a funny name, said Allie. Okay, now I'm going to stop. I got to think about what I just read. Well, I think I just learned that Allie is gonna have a pen pal, and she's gonna come from somewhere in Africa, but I can't remember where, and that she has a funny name. Did I remember everything that I was supposed to? No. So what might I do to help myself if I don't remember everything?
Go back.
I might go back and reread the page. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back and see if I can figure it out. We've joined a pen pal club. We'll write to children in Kenya. I found one of my things that I was missing, because Kenya is the place that's in Africa. Kenya is a country in Africa, Miss White told her class. Allie read the name of her pen pal. The name was Kanya. That was the other thing I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember what?
You did not remember.
I didn't remember Kanya, the name. Kanya is a funny name, said Allie. Okay, now I'm going to write down what I'm thinking. So what was the important parts? I know that Allie's going to have a pen pal. Her pen pal is from where? Do you remember?
It's from
Kenya. Yep, Kenya, which is, where is it? Where's Kenya?
In Africa.
In Africa. And her pen pal's name is Kanya. Okay. Okay, now that I know some information about this page, now I can go on the next page, right? Okay, now I'm going to have you try. Do you think you can do it? Okay, so you're going to start here. Let's read aloud.
Okay. We human pen pal club. We write to children in text. Text is a state in the United States. The United States is a country in North America. Miss Gallo told her class Kanya would write to a girl named
Named. Do you remember her name? Allie? So her name's Allie.
Allie. Allie is a funny name. Could girls from different
Nations.
nations become friends?
So now think for a second. Tell me what you think was important on this page.
For them,
Can you tell me one important thing that you learned?
okay.
Okay.
Could girls from different nations become?
Oh, so that's the question we're going to be looking at, right? That is very important. What else did we learn about maybe? What did we learn about Kanya here?
Kanya,
Or what did we learn about Allie? Where does Allie live?
Allie lives from Texas.
And where is Texas?
Texas is in the United States.
Is in the United States. Do you think that's important that we know where she's from?
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't we write that down? Let's put this here so that we'll remember. You know what the great thing about having sticky notes is?
What?
We can turn back to them and read them if we want, right? So this helps us to remember what went on this page, and then when we're answering questions, we can look right back to it. Instead of rereading the whole page, we can just reread our notes. Okay?
Okay.
That makes it a little easier, doesn't it? Because then we know what's really important on that page. Okay, what are we going to be thinking about when we continue to read?
Could girls from different nations become friends?
What do you think? do you think? Why don't you make a prediction? What do you think might happen? Do you think they're going to become friends?
Yes,
You do? Why?
because they are from another country and they should be friends. Because making new friends it's nice.
It's nice. You're right. Okay. So let's talk on this page. So what's this one called?
Hello.
Hello. Okay. So why don't you read this page? What does it say?
Okay. Mommy wrote her first letter to Carl.
Okay. Okay, why don't we read the letter?
Okay.
Okay. You start reading this page.
I'm not.
Okay. So what did you learn on this page?
I knew that she also likes her soccer.
Yeah, who likes her soccer team?
Allie.
Allie likes her soccer team, yeah. Is that important? Yeah. Just write that down. Allie likes her soccer team. So what are these a picture of? Jacks. So now you know what they look like. What does Kanya do?
She told her that she
Yeah. So does she play soccer too? And does she like it? Do you think that's important? Where can we put that? I think we're going to stop there for today. But now I'm going to ask you some questions about the story. Okay. What has happened in the story since we started reading it?
That they joined a pen club.
Okay, so they joined a pen pal club.